Greetings, welcome to Self-Assessment for Problem 3. Use the regression equation to determine the sales in 2005, round your answer to the nearest hundredth, write your answer in a complete sentence. Okay, so what we saw back in our previous work here was that our regression equation back in question 2 was determined by the following formula. We had S of t was equal to, let's put a little curly tail down here, was equal to 0.0389t plus 1.2746, rounding everybody off to 4 places. Okay, so what they want to know is what the regression equation determines sales in 2005 based upon this equation this time. So recall that 2005 corresponded to a t equal to 25. So what we're going to plug into our regression equation is not 2005 but 25. So make sure that makes sense why we're doing that. So we're going to look at S of 25, which is equal to 0.0389 times 25 plus 1.2746. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get the calculator in here. Let's go ahead and bring that back into the view here. And so we go ahead and clear off our regression here and type that in. We're going to get 0.0389 times 25 plus 1.2746. Okay, and we get back 2.2471 rounded off to 4 places. Now I'll show you a little trick. One other way we could do this is, since we have defined into y1 our regression equation, we can go in and go to vars, yvars, function, y1, and use function notation on this calculator. So go y1 of 25, that is S of 25. And notice we get basically the same answer but to a lot more decimal places because the regression equation is saved, I believe, to 12 places it shows on the screen. Okay, so anyway, just a good trick, something nice to have in our hip pocket, make our calculations a little bit easier. Okay, let's get that out of the way. And now what do they want us to do? They want to round this to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so let's come back here. Rounding this to the nearest hundredth, then that's going to be equal to, well, hundredths place, remember, it's tenths, hundredths. Hundredths is 2 places past the decimal point. So that's going to be equal to 2.25. Okay, and the reason we're rounding to the nearest hundredths is because if you recall in our original table, those values were rounded to the nearest hundredth also. So we don't want to give any sort of false impression of accuracy that we don't necessarily have here. Okay, so let's write our answer in a complete sentence. In other words, they want us to interpret what does this mean. And so what this says is, by the regression equation, so by the reg EQ, it's a little shorthand for that, the sales were 2.25, and this is again in millions of dollars, in 2005. Okay, well, hopefully that all makes sense. Let me know if you need any help with that one. If not, I'll see you back here in number 4.